Welcome back. You're watching Africa Live. To Namibia now, where the country is voting for a new president. The ruling party SWAPO is predicting an easy win in what is being billed as the first e-vote in Africa. Around 1.2 million Namibians are eligible to vote. Polls have opened and will be closing around 10 hours from now. Namibians are choosing from 9 potential presidential candidates and are also choosing 96 members of the National Assembly. SWAPO candidate incumbent Prime Minister Hage Geingob is considered the clear favorite. Right now, let's get you the latest now from the vote there. Carol Oyola joins us live from Windhoek. Carol, first off, how is the vote going so far this Friday?
Well, Maher, the vote is going on smoothly. Polling stations, most of them rather, opened at 7 a.m. local time. However, there were some delays faced in some polling stations due to failure of the electronic voting machines. But so far, Namibia is a peaceful country, and the elections in the past have been rather peaceful. So no major incidents to report. People are turning out in large numbers in what we've seen in most of the polling stations to vote for their president and also for their legislators in the National Assembly.
Carol, this election is quite a historic one for Africa because, of course, we heard earlier that it is the continent's first e-vote. Can you tell us a bit more on that?
Well, the e-system of voting is very new to Africa, as you mentioned. It is the first African country here in Namibia to try out the system. Now, this is a system that has been practiced in India and also the United States of America. So it has been it has been used rather in populations that are very large. Now, Namibia is only 2.2 million in population, and the Electoral Commission said they decided to adopt this system of voting to make sure that every election from here henceforth is free and fair, or rather credible. However, there can be challenges faced to this electronic system of voting where there is no paper trail. Note that these people will punch in or key in the president that they want or the ruling party that they want, and they will not use the old-fashioned system of a paper and a pen. So there is no paper trail, and this could bring issues later on in terms of verification of results. So we're yet to see how it will all play out at the end of the day.
Well, a historic vote indeed. Now, we've heard that the Prime Minister is being tipped as the favorite to win the vote for the presidency there. What can you tell us about his policies?
Well, Prime Minister Hage Geingob is very confident of a win, I guess because SWAPO has had a grip on the country for 20 years now, that is since independence. Now, he believes that his main goal right now, having served the incumbent Pohamba's government, he believes that his main issue right now is to unite Namibians. Now, Namibia is facing a host of issues, that is land and food security, poverty and unemployment. And earlier on yesterday, I spoke to him and had sit down with him to just find out what his vision is in tackling some of these issues, and this is what he had to say.
Now, the land issue is a big challenge in Namibia, where many Namibians feel the land rates are inflated or they're not able to access land. How are you going to deal with this?
Those who are land greedy. I said, why are you greedy? Why are you hungry? We had a meeting where all the tribes, all the groups were involved. And after a long 2 days debate, fighting, we came to the conclusion ancestral land question cannot be tackled. Whom do you give Windhoek to? Which tribe? Busman, Zaan, as we call them here. Who is the owner, original owner? And that will be true of all parts of this country. We have moved around and so on. That we are saying one Namibia, one nation.
In regards to the economy, let's take a look at food security. How will you work to make sure that Namibia is able to sustain itself in terms of food?
As founding father is saying, a nation who cannot feed itself is not an independent nation. But we are talking one day about Union Government of Africa. We are talking about SADC, East African Community. And we're talking about free movement of goods and services. One day, we are not going to regard food coming from South Africa as coming from foreign country. So we must also think of it that way too. So if I can get something easily from Kenya or so on, why can't I get it? And then just pay. But if it doesn't create jobs, of course, and help industrialization, then I can go to South Africa as we are doing. I was a Minister of Trade sometime. So we talked to them and said, you are not allowing us to industrialize. You dump everything. So since we are partners, let's also be equal partners. Because partnership must be of equals. There must be accountability, there must be also transparency. So why don't we look at areas that you as a big brother can help us to industrialize too? So that's how Africa must talk.
Well, as you see there, Hage Geingob is looking towards unifying Namibia and the continent as a whole. He says that through this, most of these issues that his country is facing will be tackled. Mahia?
All right, Carol, thank you for speaking to us. Carol Oyola joining us live from Windhoek on the sides of the first e-vote on the continent.